You got to go through the heavy. That's the way life is, man. We have to go through stuff to get to where we're supposed to be.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah,
it's
it's sometimes a little overwhelming how much
Absolutely.
stuff there is.
Absolutely.
It's like the ride at Disney. You think you've gotten to the front, but then you turn it. Oh, fuck. We got another building and a half to get through.
No, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Well, at
You're
least
right.
I can see it.
Well, yeah. You can hear the music from here. Oh, wait, that's the ride next to me.
That is one of the joys of getting to Disneyland. And by the time you get through to that front, time's up and you got to like 4 attractions.
Right. Or somebody's got to pee.
And and everything. But I mean, did you notice like everything is shaped like Mickey? It's overkill. I mean, they're brilliant marketers. I mean, Disney, hats off, is probably the most brilliant marketers on the planet.
Right, right.
But when you go to Disney and you look and like if you order a muffin, the butter comes with ears on it. You know, I mean,
it's all about the ears.
I even went in to take a piss and that little urinal mint
was shaped.
Had ears on it.
No way.
I swear.
Didn't know that. No kidding. Wow.
Yeah,
that doesn't surprise me,
but
though.
they do. Yeah, they do good. They do. Hey, it's the Mike in the Mountain.
Yes, it is.
I'm Brian Gary.
Hey, we're live. Scott Cisco.
Yeah, sometimes you never know when we're on.
Well, no, I'm always on.
Dude,
on Monster or on. Yeah.
Well, you know what I wasn't on today?
What was it you on?
I need to just clear this up right away and get it out of the way. I was not on time.
Well, and you weren't on 4 wheels.
See, this is why. As I mentioned to Scott when I got here, I said, sorry I'm late. But I forgot when you take the motorcycle, you always take the long way. And,
and I said, what a perfect excuse.
And it was right on.
Because I have a motorcycle.
But
a moped.
I got to confess to just one of those absolute frickin' dork moments that just happened.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just happened?
No, seriously. I haven't ridden my bike in a long time.
Well, it's been a year.
Yeah. I mean, but the weather's been nicer, but I've pussed out. I mean, there's been many times I should have gone out right, but I haven't.
Yeah.
So today I'm out, got to stop at the gas station on the way here and go to throw my helmet on when I go to leave.
Right.
And put it on, strap it on. I'm like, man, it just feels like my hair's getting pulled in this thing. You know, I thought somehow my hair got stuck in my helmet and it was yanking it back. So I'm rolling, I'm riding and I'm trying to mess with my helmet, trying to get my hair to pull out of this thing. And then I realized, oh, wait, I don't have anything on my eyeballs. And I had my glasses on the top of my head.
Okay.
Put the helmet on right over my glasses right there. They're pushing into my scalp, which I think is my hair being pulled by the helmet.
Right.
Yeah, and I've got to do one of those dork pull-offs where people are like, I wonder what happened to him.
Oh, honey, he's got a bee in his bonnet.
Yeah, it would have had to come up with some great story. I helmeted my glasses.
I thought for sure you told me you put the helmet on backwards. No, I was like, no, you totally dorked out on that one.
You do that once, and you never know.
Thank God nobody got a picture either, right?
I felt like such a dumbass because I remember back as I was getting on the bike that the couple next to me in their car were just staring at me, and I'm going, yeah, it's a sweet bike. Right. I'm thinking it's a sweet bike, and they're going, that dumbass is putting his helmet on with his glasses on his head.
Oh my gosh. Well, man, it is bike season. The bugs are out. The heat is out. What the frick, man? And allergies. Guys, I've been dying for a solid week, and I am on all my regular. I got to switch up my routine, I guess. Me and James was talking, and I think I'm immune to my concoction of Claritin D 24-hour in the morning, Claritin D 12-hour in the afternoon, and another Claritin D 24-hour in the evening before I go to bed, along with 2 Zyrtecs in between those. For some reason, it's not working.
It's not really?
Yeah, I don't know what to do. I got to mix it up somehow now. I've become immune.
Have you thought of seeking medical advice?
I did once, twice. No, I've
have you been asked to leave them too?
As a matter of fact.
Well, Scott, or Brian, to answer that question, if you seek medical advice, Facebook states that he needs to go to Starbucks and get 6 shots of avocado.
Well, there's that.
Right.
Yeah. No, but man, allergies. You don't have allergies, right?
I am. The only thing I have ever been allergic to is a 2-headed goat. and that was.
Yeah,
that was it. I was at some museum where they had, it was like a freak show, and they had a 2-headed goat on the wall.
Right.
And I remember petting that goat, and then I broke out into something. So
no way.
Yeah, maybe it was just something that whoever touched the goat before had.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least that's the story I've given for all these years. Why that just won't go away.
Right.
Yeah.
Really. Okay.
Sorry, I'm in a bit of a mood.
Yes, you are. I like it. No, what's even freaking blooming right now, man? Everything's still freaking dead.
Well, then we're starting to get sprouts. My wife's flower garden, things are starting to pop up.
Yeah, imagine.
And I've been getting the pollen alerts on my weather.
Oh,
thing.
have you really?
Absolutely. So,
so there's a reason.
Yes,
okay.
And I know as you talked about riding bike, it's a good thing that I do not have allergies because you are so exposed.
Right.
Anybody who rides motorcycle, and if you're an allergy sufferer,
Oh, yeah.
You know what it's like to sneeze on the inside of your helmet.
Yeah. Well, and try being a wildlife control operator.
Seriously.
Messing with critters that are running through that stuff all the time, man. I mean,
you're like in the worst line of work for what your health is.
but I'm so gifted at it. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand.
It's like a doctor passing out from blood sight, but he's the best heart surgeon in the world.
Right, yeah.
But his kryptonite is thrown by nature as well.
Yes, it is.
Right?
Yes, it is.
It's the natural things out there. Man. No man has created something that I've seen you shy away from. Nature, on the other hand, can kick your ass.
Oh, absolutely.
There's a lesson there all the way around, isn't there?
So we get these little bitty gnats, almost like no-see-ums out here on the farm. Mm-hmm. And we got a cow that's getting ready to calf out, and I was out there last week checking her. And I've already this spring inhaled one of those damn gnats. I know they're attracted to CO2 or something because they just swirl they're all around the cow's face and everything else. They just swirl around your face, and it don't matter how they're always there. I inhaled my first one, thought I was going to choke to death out there on a freaking gnat. And I thought, really? This is the way the spring's going to begin? Choking to death on a gnat out there checking my cow. Wow.
The irony of you going like that
would be... Well, yeah. Yeah. I'm one to go by...
The glory
of a gnat. Gnat. He choked to death on a gnat. Son of a
some
gnat.
air and said, yep, this is how I die.
Right. No kidding. Wouldn't that be the luck, man? I couldn't get a stingray like my brother Steve.
That was exactly what was going through my head.
I'm sure
it's going to be a gnat.
Yeah.
No, it was.
Oh, I'm sure
it was.
Yeah, you dirty rotten. Yeah.
Well, speaking of which, Scott, what would be your glorious death, if you will? Because you do got a good passion on that.
Dark.
What a great question.
Jeez.
No, that is right in line with where we need to go,
Y'all
man.
go.
Let's talk Nat Killing. No, man, a glorious death would be French kissing a female grizzly bear with cubs. If I know I'm on my way out, man, me and that big old sow is going to get it on, man. I mean, what a way to go, man.
I now regret the question that I had. Totally not what I thought we were going
Let
with.
me go through the list of 10,001 answers for that question.
Well,
Yes.
I got 10,002 now.
Oh, no, man.
Wow.
My wildlife is the glorious death for me, man. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. A microphone, you're going to inhale a microphone one of these days.
No.
It's going to kill you.
No, you're going to shove it down my throat.
Right, probably. James is going to get entangled in cables and get electrocuted, being the IT guru that he is. And me, I will be somewhere on the mountain. Nobody will even know what happened or where it was because there'll just be remains.
Oh, no, I got satellite footage. That gnat got you.
Keep the gnat on the DL. It wasn't a gnat.
That's wildlife for you, baby.
Yeah, it'd be a bug, too. It'd be a freaking bug that got me. Son of a... I hate bugs.
French kissing a bear. I thought I was the only one. That's
Right, exactly. See, truth comes out, man. Truth comes out.
Do you have a response to that, James? I mean, nobody can top that.
No. I mean, the bear was expected, the conversation for that part. I just was not expecting the French kissing.
Neither was the bear.
Listen,
Right.
no, she's going to be... No, like I say, my luck, man, she's going to be able to smell. Here comes this dude wanting a French kiss, and he's got stage 16 cancer, and he's on his way out, and I ain't touching that. And she'll turn around and walk off with a cub. She won't have nothing to do with me. because I'm going to die anyway. And she's like, yeah, I
You're,
don't eat
you're already
cancer-tainted
playing
meat.
out your deathbed rejection?
Come on, man. If you are not prepared, you are just not living, man.
Were you trying to look up a picture of a bear French kissing, or
Well,
was it the one that you had your eye on?
I was kind of curious how they might do that. I want to make sure my approach is good. The exit I'm not worried about. The approach
I feel like,
is everything.
I feel like this conversation went a little too deeper than I intended here. This hole is a little deep than I wanted it to be.
Why aren't we looking? Why isn't that a question? Why isn't that a question of today is, how would you want it? What would be a glorious death? Why? Nobody looks at death as glorious. Everybody's, death.
Okay.
What is it, man?
You want mine?
Lay it on me. Injection?
My ultimate? No.
No?
When I'm ready. Period.
Well, yeah, but situational.
I'm sitting there, and I'm ready. That's what I go with. Okay, I've just finished my steak. I've kicked back. I've just made love for the last time to the bear that French kissed Scott.
You're right.
And you're looking at me all jealous.
Right.
That's the way.
Yeah.
No, I'm one of those I don't like to go there.
No, and I get that, man. I totally respect that because I think that's a lot of the world today, man.
Oh, it is. No, I'll admit that. I used to be, growing up as a child and through much of my life, had such a fear of death that when I would say my prayers at night, it would be the now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord if I should die before I wake. I couldn't say the if I should die before I wake because it creeped me out and it put that thought into my head. And I was always creeped out on what happens when you die. Is it just, it's just done? Is it? And then I was taught in church, no, it goes on forever. And I'm like, oh, forever. I want it to end at some point. I was really conflicted in my youth on that. So it kind of, and I think maybe in my adult life, I've come so close so many times that I have such a fear of it that because my desire to live is so strong, which kind of brings us to if desire to live is so strong, why do we do so much shit that is absolutely counterproductive to that goal?
Oh, man, that's heavy. That's a deep question right there.
But
that's a deep question.
It's something that I'm going with right. This is a good way to blend into something I want to. I got to talk about our brother James here. All right, because I am newly inspired. Like first, my story, diabetic. Shooting up, 7 to 10 times a day, whatever it was that you had to do to keep regulated. Yeah, I know yours was a different thing. Mine was medical.
Yes. So
yours was not.
Okay.
All right, but I was one morning after years and years of just bull crap. One morning, something finally hit me that it was time, and I got focused, and I decided to get my stuff together. Lost over 140 pounds, did all this, and then over the last year, just gained like 30 pounds back. And once you've lost it all and you start to get some back on, it's like, what's 5? Sure, I can live with having another 5 on me. Then I can live with another 10. And then I got much more permissive because I had so many excuses that were very viable that, COVID was here and, just depression in life and all these things. You can find an excuse every day of your life to not do something. And what I was finding was I had the realization that so many of my problems and these things that I was supposedly mad about was all a front for the fact that I was just straight up pissed off at myself.
Sure.
That all these things that I was directing anger or blame on as for why I was not right was all my own damn fault. And it came down to the fact of just not doing what I had done when I got my healthiest, when I lost all that weight, was actually monitoring what I was doing and paying attention to it. And I woke up one day and I was just mad. And then I go through Facebook. And I'm going through Facebook and I see James had put up a post.
Mr. Poetic himself.
Well, I read it and I thought that it was something he copied from somebody else and had pasted up as inspiration.
Like that. He's good.
But I want to read. You mind if I read this, James?
I'll go for it, man.
All right. I woke up feeling this where I just had this, you know what? You've got to just get off your ass. You're the problem.
Right.
And then I read James writes, I am tired. I am sluggish. I am irritable. I am angry. The fault lies with me 100%. My actions have consequences. My laziness has a price. My gluttony has me restrained. I want to take that first step, but I've been here before. I know that first step in the right direction so well that the beginning of this path has been worn down with multiple attempts. Coming back from that path thinking it's not that big of a deal. But what's different this time? I am tired. I am sluggish. I am irritable. I am angry. And most of all, I am pissed. Dude, I read that and I swore to God you were just inside my brain. And it inspired me then because I've wanted it. I've just needed that. It's like I've been doing okay. I'm watching, I'm paying attention. I'm paying attention. But I needed that full-blown kick in the ass, which unexpectedly James has provided. Now you're chronicling everything you're doing meal for meal on Facebook. And I know you're not doing it necessarily for others to see, but it's for yourself, isn't it?
Right. No, for sure. It's my type of personality. Let's get something on the board here. I am anti-social media. So doing this was definitely not taken lightly kind of thing, just because of the way the whole social media work of advertisement, all that stuff. Now, with that being said, yes, putting myself in the spotlight of just the eyes on me puts a different kind of motivation on oneself, because it's one of those situations I viewed as is either put up or shut up kind of thing. And as long as I got that liability of myself, putting myself out there to make sure I hold myself accountability, and with people asking the questions, man, because we all get that feeling where we don't like being asked questions. Well, how's your diet going? Or how's things? It feels weird when you don't come with an answer. But playing this Facebook game, if you will, where I get in the habit of taking pictures of every single meal that I take the weights. Weigh myself every other day or so to keep myself in check. It creates these habits that I want to really develop, to be really mindful of what I'm doing, what I'm eating, what I'm consuming, because I'm thinking, how's this going to look on the Facebook post, and how other people may or may not react. But it's also to serve the purpose of trying to make sure I have a history of what I used to be and where I came from. And Facebook's is a pretty good process about doing that, as well as showing the others. I had no intentions of inspiring anybody, but lo and behold, Brian comes out of deep left field saying, hey, bro, where'd you get that speech from? My pissed offness, because I am pissed. I am angry, so on and so forth. So, using the Facebook is just, it's one of those checklists.
It kind of holds you accountable, wouldn't you say?
And that's what, I'm one who needs the accountability. That's why I went public on the radio, and that was, after attempt after attempt, there was no way you can back out when you do that.
Yeah, especially when you have to put the receipts. You've got to show the receipts of what you're doing and stuff, and that's another thing that was that mindset. It's like, dude, I can go for this Big Mac right now. But one part of me is just thinking, now if I show the Big Mac, man, I've got to tell the people. I've got an obligation to myself because of the dedication I put with the people. And then two, and this is where the majority of my decisions comes from, I'm too pissed off to want that Big Mac. I'm over here just looking at that Big Mac like, no, F you.
That's the zone,
Look
baby.
at the McRib, F
That's
you.
The zone.
Cheetos, F you.
Good
Rice
for
cakes,
you, man.
hello.
Right.
The anger, the rage.
Zone,
because we all hear about how anger and rage can be a downfall to a lot of people, which it is. I'm not dismissing that.
Oh, no, the world's full of it right now.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
You're trying to find a way to use that.
You're flipping it.
Yeah, utilize that energy. It's energy and passion that can be guided to something else. It still can be dangerous, don't get me wrong. But the anger and the rage is the fuel for me to go almost every day, go for a walk Whether it's a 2-mile walk, 1-mile walk, try to do 1 hour of exercise. And so far, I'm starting to feel the effects of this. And it's only day 5 from when we're doing this recording.
No, but it makes a huge difference.
Yes.
So we really got to watch out for the danger of the rage and stuff. I mean, that's real. I mean, me and James went out over the weekend and we caught this raven that we're doing studies on. And James was actually the one to make the final catch. And when I come down off of the scaffolding, James had this raven like right there, man. I'm like, no, James, no. And he's like, it's protein.
It's carb.
And I'm like,
yeah,
no,
low carb.
It smells like turd, but it's good.
Well, what I really like about what you're doing is, forever, anybody who's ever gone through any kind of weight loss thing, they always tell you to journal. They want you to journal. You write down, what you eat. There's something that's so much more striking to the visualization of taking pictures of what you eat.
Yeah.
Even more so than the words is what I'm finding just following what you're doing and looking at it.
The side effect of that too, Brian, is it's helping my photography skills. I'm like, all right, now let's see. I'm going to play the Instagram game, man.
Here, man.
I've got to line the shot up with the right lighting. It's like, ooh, this chicken looks really good.
I got to say, James, you have never made my beaver look so good.
It's delicious.
I'm impressed.
Traeger does
with
a lot,
what
though.
you do to my beaver.
Well, and you do find, number one, eating healthy is a full-time job. I mean, it can be expensive, for one, because you have to really pay attention to what you're getting, what you're buying, what you're putting in. But it completely changes how you shop and label reading. What you find is, for me, my enemy are starches and carbs.
Right.
Those I've got to stay away from. And when you start reading labels and you see carbohydrate as an enemy, you are shocked at how many of those enemies are in things you thought were safe.
Man. Oh my God.
I was telling James, it used to be that, you thought you were a healthy dude if you got up and had a bowl of oatmeal.
Right.
You ate granola.
Yeah.
Did that.
I'm healthy.
Then you read the carb count on that, and it's like having a fistful of sugar.
Dude, that's real. That's real.
I mean, it really is.
Explain this to me. Why is it so easy when we're in Junkville, junk food junkies? We won't touch anything healthy to save our ass, right? But once we're trying to convert to eat healthy, do right, and do this, for me, it's becoming a routine, and it's easy now. I mean, it really is. I have a hard time finding anything in the pantry or the fridge to eat, but it's become easy for me. And now my metabolism, because I'm adding a little carbs, man, I made the comment the other day that the batteries in my scale are going low because the weight keeps dropping, and I'm not trying. I'm not doing that initial. But why is it so hard when you're junk food junkie? Man, you won't touch good food. You won't touch what's good for you. But when you're eating what's good for you and what's right, you still kind of find them tendencies to want to, it's just one ho-ho.
Because it's a drug, man.
It is.
It's an absolute drug.
But I've
corn
got to
syrup, sugar, those are,
Yeah, I cannot. Dude, I used to kill a sleeve of double stuffed Oreo cookies in a cup of milk every night. Mm-hmm. Every night.
But 2 bowls of Cinnamon Toast Crunch on top of that.
Yes, but you know what now? Man, we have had double stuffed Oreos in our pantry for going on a month now, and I feel sorry for them. I can't touch them. I cannot even bear to open the package and look at them. I mean, I'm just totally fouled from them. I can't do it.
It's kind of funny you mentioned the double stuffed Oreos,
right?
Because that was always, Paul, this is awesome. It's like sugar mixed with Crisco stuck between 2 cookies,
right? Lard.
Which you could melt the inside and pop popcorn in it. Kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
But my wife comes home from the grocery store and had a box of the Oreo Thins.
Now, see, that's just jacked up.
And my initial thought was whoever ate one Oreo and went too much. That's it, just too much.
Right.
And then my other thought was, this is such a use of the word thin. Because people see it and immediately think, it's okay. Never mind that the stack I ended up eating measured the same.
Hey, right,
it's just that they were thin.
Or how about organic?
If it's organically thin.
Oh, if it's organic, I'm good.
Dude, I'm all for organic stuff for sure, but the marketing on that is just out of control, man.
It's ridiculous.
It's everything, if it has like 2% something organic, the whole thing's organic all of a sudden.
Right.
And it's pretty nutty. But you hit a nail on the head here, Scott, that I had an I would say undesired. I just had a side effect that I didn't realize that came out of the whole me doing this whole Facebook thing. Is realizing, there's a bit of a taboo on people being blunt about their own health problems.
Right.
Because there's a lot of people saying, dude, why did you put your weight on the Facebook? Why do I have to be embarrassed by this? I'm somebody who's trying to fix himself, and I just. And if you
it's
more people need to do what you did,
right? It's not a number to be shameful. I mean, dude, I want people to come out and ask for help and saying, hey, this is where I'm at. Yeah. Like, I'm 400 pounds, man. This is my weight. What can I do?
And you did that.
Yes.
Right, exactly.
Yes. Yeah. I told Jackie, we looked at that and I showed Jackie, you put your weight on there. I said, honey, you should do this. You should put your weight on the Facebook. Well, and then after I got up off the floor, because she knocked me right off the chair, well, but why is that taboo? Why won't you do that? Women especially. That's a whole different, dude, I don't even know what Miss Jacko weigh, but
if I seriously have to explain some of this shit to you,
no, if you got an explanation, you better write a book. Because, man, there's a lot of brothers out there that need to know.
Well, there's a lot of them now who just went, oh, no, he didn't. Did he?
Baby, listen, ladies, I respect you. Can you cut this part out, Jack?
No. This is gonna be all
leave
part
it
of
in there.
No, I love it. Listen, I ain't about no Barbie doll. I ain't about no Cosmo,
yeah,
man.
Of course not.
I'm all about healthy. Healthy. Girl, get your healthy on. Get on the buffet.
So, James, back to what we were talking about the health thing.
Yeah, to stem off of...
Yeah.
You brought up something because I went out for my walk today, and I was pissed as I go out for my walk because I frickin' hate going for my walk. There are few things on this earth that I hate more than frickin' exercise. I have been against it my whole life. I've campaigned against it. I lived a sedentary life for many years just to try to make a statement.
That's right. That's right. Yes, you have.
But I know that there is nothing better aside from physical, but my mental health. There is nothing more important than getting off my ass and doing something. But as I start the walk, I'm walking, I'm cussing as I'm walking. I'm going, I freaking hate this.
Yep.
My dog won't even look at me because he knows we don't talk. We just walk during this time, and that's it. And I'm just mad. And then I get home, and I feel so damn good because of that accomplishment I checked off, that mentally I can put myself at ease because I took the pressure off myself and got that out of the way. That's why I think it is really a brilliant idea to get up. If you got to get up a half hour earlier or whatever it is, get up and make it the first thing you do each day. Set your mind off right. It wakes it up. It gets you going. But even if you hate it, just remember the feeling of when it's done.
Right.
It makes me think of something my grandson Xander said to me when he was like 3 years old. I said, I'm so sorry you're feeling crappy, buddy.
Right.
He said, you know what's good about feeling crappy? And I said, what? He said, how good it feels when it's over.
Oh, yeah? Oh,
and I'm like, dude, you're
come
3.
on, man.
You're
from
3.
the mouths of babes, man. There's a message. There's a message.
Just know that I've been inspired by James. This dude has been rocking it. I mean, Scott's been on it, and he's he's kind of been by example, and we've all kind of taken these waves over the last year or so.
Well, that's what's cool about the Three Amigos. The accountability, the brotherhood that we have here, the understanding. We're all different, and we know and respect that. But we all love one another and respect one another to continue on with the goal that we have, man. And that's not something we see in today's day and age, man. Yeah, well, I guess we do. There's the far left and the far right, man. There's a wedge through every freaking thing we do today, man, and it's disheartening.
Well, we're here to set up camp in the middle.
We're going to bring it together.
That's what we're doing. But
we're going to bring it
James, together. as just a dude who needed it, I just want to say thanks for that. You inspired me, and to anybody else who follows you, I know even secretly, even though they'll never say it to you, you're going to hit a few people who are going to be inspired by what you're doing. But just good luck with everything, and it's going to help me along on mine too. And it'll be interesting just to see how this progresses as we get into the summer, when I think we all want to be at our best.
Yeah.
And that's
physically.
One more point I want to make on this too as well. It's I want to have the story where it's the ups and the downs, because that's the one things a lot of people struggle with when they see these weight loss stories. It's always the ups. I'm like, no, I want to, like, maybe today, I'm like, dude, I don't want to exercise. Like, I don't want to go outside. Right. Like, I want to hate the world. Like, you just hate the world, F it. But now we've come across the point where I'm like, no, I'm too pissed off with my my health is to, this is not a want. This is a need. This is, not even, it's not a need. This has to be life and death kind of scenario kind of thing.
Right.
So when I'm looking at the fudge round, I may have a breaking point where I just have that fudge round. Does that mean I give up? No. No, it's just the psychological battles are real in one's head.
Absolutely.
And as long as we're here for each other to help us get through these hard times and stuff like that, we can get through this and prevail. Because don't get me wrong, this is not going to be perfect. This is going to be a ride for all of us.
Well, and it's thyself be true. It is holding you accountable for you and your health and what you have to do every day. I mean, guys, yeah, man, we got stuff to do. We got a message to carry, and if we're not holding ourselves accountable to come into this and share the ups and the downs and not bash each other, but lift each other up from it, man. I mean, I can't tell you how many Girl Scout cookies I passed this last year. Happily passed, man. No interest. And dude, I was the guy that bought like 6 cases, not boxes, cases of Thin Mint cookies to put in the freezer.
You were 2% of their financial department.
Right, yeah. Don't let HR know about this. But yeah, absolutely, man. No, thyself be true.
Just something else on what James was talking about, the failures in that too. He wants to frame those and show those because we do have those. And what happens so often is when you have some failure, you start to get down on yourself and you start to pressure yourself and you start to burden yourself. And you hear the phrase that I was weighed down with pressure, the burdens were weighing me down. Yeah. There is actual scientific data that shows that being pressured, anxiety, hard on yourself adds weight. It makes it so you can't lose. And I just, quick example of that was when I was going through the big weight loss thing, when I was really going after my goal, I had hit a plateau where for like 6 weeks, I was doing everything right, but I could not lose a pound, and it was pissing me off. Yeah. I was just mad. And I'm out doing a broadcast at Bruce's Bar in Severance, and I'm out front, I'm on the corner, and I'm just doing my break, talking, and then all of a sudden I hear the motorcycle pull up, and long-haired freak named Scott Cisco pulls up. And Scott gets out and he comes over to me. He hadn't seen me for a while, and he goes, "Brother, where'd my brother go?" Because I'd lost a bunch of weight at this time. I said, "Man, I've been doing great. I've lost like 80 pounds, and I'm just stuck. I cannot lose another pound. It's been 6 weeks, and I'm just so pissed I can't get anything." And Scott looks at me, and he puts his hand on my shoulder. He goes, "Brother, give it up. Look what you have done." He said, "If you don't lose another pound, you are still in victory." He said, "Hold your head high and just think about what you achieved." And I was like, dude, it's like Jesus just stopped by on the Harley and just lifted me. And I just felt this different energy. I went home, went through the weekend. I go in for my next week weigh-in, 3 pounds gone.
Bam.
Next week, man. 4 pounds. And then it started to just melt off again. But it was, I get goosebumps thinking of it. I just did too,
because I forgot about that.
You did, didn't you? But you remember that moment now, don't you?
I totally remember it, yeah.
I totally remember it. And I thanked you greatly after, because it broke me through. And it was amazing what that did to just lift that pressure off.
Wow.
So, I mean, just think that you're going to have those battles through this.
That guiltiness of just, did I just really have a thing of fries when I don't need it? Again, we're all humans.
Yep.
You're bound to make mistakes.
That's right.
Just learn to accept it and just learn from it and move on. Yeah, because we're all not perfect. And again, support each other.
No,
don't crucify. Don't crucify each other.
No, if you've got a support system, man, you are heads and tails above those who don't.
Right.
And I know there are some people who just don't have that system, and you got to be it for yourself.
Oh yeah.
And I know it's a tougher journey, but you can definitely do it. I know that you can.
Yes, you can.
Man, I got to say this too, and I think of it each time you've smacked me. As you've been sitting here and you do that.
Oh shit!
I got my second COVID shot this morning,
bro.
No,
man.
This is good because my first one.
Yeah.
Immediately when I got done, I got home and I could feel my arm.
Yeah.
And it felt like I'd been punched in the arm.
Right.
And second one, you told me I'm going to die.
Well, day ain't over.
I know that. No, wait. It's day 2. It's day 2 that
man,
happened.
You do, bro.
See, now,
bam.
My wife last week got her second.
Okay.
And she went home after the shot, and she finished putting in the baseboards and doing all this. She worked her ass off all day. She was fine.
Yeah.
The next day, boom, she was done.
Really?
Absolutely out in bed, flu-like, just weak.
No way.
Absolutely felt like dirt all day.
Right.
And then the next morning, perfectly fine.
Wow.
You know, so nothing.
Wow.
My daughter just got her second one.
Right.
No issues, no nothing. My parents got both of theirs. My dad, nothing. Mom felt a bit sluggish, but my wife got wiped out. So I got my second one this morning, and everyone's saying, you know, you should take the day after off of anything you're going to do because you can plan on feeling like crap.
But you're doing all right. Well, you're on your bike, man.
But, no, I feel nothing, but I don't think you're supposed to the first day. But I don't even feel the injection site like I did for the first one.
Right.
So I'm really curious to see what tomorrow brings. I'm feeling cocky right now.
Yeah, you're right on.
But I many people just skate on through. It just depends on
Well, you got to
the
believe
person.
a lot of it's mind too, man. The mind is so untapped in human nature, dude. And when you get this kind of amped, James and his kind of amped with being pissed off, I mean, it really is, man. You can change your realm, not only inside, but everywhere you go, man. Everywhere you go, every day, every interaction you come into, whether you get a shot, you can, man, change it for yourself. I know Jacko. Let's talk about Jacko real quick. I want to make sure we highlight something on his. Jacko will go get a shot, and, man, she got it like this, man. She's like... It's shot. It's no good no more, man. She all from a shot, man. She's like, I need you to grab the groceries. I can't grab them in my arm. It's no good. Come on, man. It's a mindset. You know what I'm saying?
No,
And well,
I don't have to disagree on this one, Scott. My body literally passes out. Get that shot, boom, get at the ground. Good luck, honey. Get the groceries.
That's true. That's true, James.
You do have
show
trouble
him
with
a needle,
needles,
and
don't
he's
you?
No. So speaking of which, my wife is actually going to get her first shot here real soon. Actually,
cool.
She's lined up right now to go to the Walmart. She worked out a schedule, so she's looking forward to it. A little scared, obviously, because she hears the stories.
Sure.
You know, it's a hit and miss for some people and stuff, but she's looking forward to it. And we get on the conversation, just like, I don't know how you're going to handle it, James. Like, what do you mean? It's like, I don't want to drag your body out of the hospital or the doctor's office because you passed the hell out from the shot, and it's going to give COVID vaccines even more bad reputation because of the whole process.
Right.
So, well, just tell the people it was was the flu shot, okay?
Yeah, there
just
you go.
Tell them something else.
Use something.
Yeah, no one is going to believe that. Nobody got those this year.
Did we have a flu this year? Oh, wait a minute. The mask might have helped something.
Okay, hold on. Hold this thought here. You bring up a
Come on,
great...
bring me some facts,
sorry.
statistics.
Here we
Give
go.
me
All
some
right,
data.
it's my turn to jerk
Give me
the
some
wheel.
data.
Here we
Give me.
go.
No,
There we go.
not data.
Yep.
This is just a logic thing here.
Logic.
And this is what really perplexes me. Now, I'm just going to single out a group of people here. There's many of them, but this particular group is the ones who says masks don't do anything. The man's trying to hold us down. Which, you know, there's some arguments to that, so on and so forth. But what perplexes me and it hurts my mind is like, why are you not endorsing masks? Don't say it's for the COVID, just saying it's to protect your face from being identified from the governmental system. Dude, you can walk into a bank with a mask and not be identified because the AI technology can't recognize that paper in front of your face.
Right.
You think you would support the whole anti-government thing
That's
by
true.
wearing the mask?
No, that's true. That's true.
Like, it hurts the mind thinking, I get it, sure. You weren't personally about the sickness?
No, there's debates on every level. I mean, I walk into a bank with a mask in my business suit, and all the cameras point at me. I don't get...
So the problem with you, though, Scott, there's only one person that wears an otter vest in the bank, so we know exactly.
Highly identifiable.
Right, exactly.
In my business suit,
Were you? I think if I heard right, you were trying to make sense of something in today's world.
It's something because
Okay.
We're on the podcast, and we don't do that. We don't go there.
I'm thinking next podcast we need to have a conversation about deep fakes and how that whole world is about to
Deep
be a
fakes,
problem.
man, that's real.
And you're going to be looking at masks as a solution to that whole process.
And it wasn't in the Rockies game.
No, it wasn't in the Rockies.
You know, you know who I feel sorry for, and have for a long time is Q, or whoever it is who works for James Bond, who comes up with his gadgets.
The quartermaster, yes.
Yeah,
Quartermaster.
You look at technology, society, everything. It was Bond's job to like stay ahead of stuff and come up with there's no way that could happen in the future.
Right,
but
right.
What could you possibly come up with right now to break out that would be any kind of new wow?
Yeah.
That's a great
I mean,
question.
if you took out a map and actually read it,
yeah. Well, we still get that whenever we go anywhere in the business suit to different places that we haven't been to. We get some wows. Well, and dude, we get
that's
some
what we
of
talked about
those.
that last time.
Yeah, they're also trying to avoid the random tail that's coming out of your butt now.
Well, that's true. The alligator tail. Yeah.
Not trying to trip over that. A couple of people made like, whoa,
Right?
hello.
Yeah. I found when I wear that, I do get people petting my tail. Wanting to know if it's real, and I'm like, every inch.
I get people wanting to see my Twinkie. That's when I first got a Twinkie tattoo.
Right.
I would be out broadcasting somewhere, and a lady would come up and say, "This is really embarrassing, and I hate to ask this, but will you show me your
didn't.
Twinkie?" And I
didn't.
it happened all the time.
Right.
I preached about this Twinkie
Oh,
a lot.
yeah. Dude, and you wrapped it nicely with the extra.
And again, I never gave credit, but my tattoo guy,
love the horseshoe.
Jamie Gutierrez, he's
Colorado.
absolutely incredible, but I needed him to frame my Twinkie. And try telling that to a tattoo artist.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Dude.
Dude.
I'm going to have to adjust the chair.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there's some chair adjustment going on there.
You guys bring up a thought process I've been having here for a while, and this might be something worth asking the people here. I've considered a tattoo.
What?
Consideration. It's in the works. It's in the works. Again, this pissed off state that I'm in. I'm a psychological warfare.
Needle hunt us here?
But what is some advice and tips about when it comes to tattoos? Because I bring this up because I hear color is something you kind of want to avoid because you have to maintain color over the years.
Yeah.
Is that true kind of thing here as well?
It's totally what you're into. Your tattoo should be you. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Cheap tattoos aren't good, and good tattoos aren't cheap.
But what kind of maintenance are we looking at, though, as well, too? Because, again, with color, you have to maintain color, right, over the years?
With you being a dungeon body, I mean, you never have a tan. I mean, you've had more of a tan than you ever have in your life running around with me during the summers. You know, and it's usually just the farmer's tan. But, you know, like my ink, you should put UV because UV affects the color and stuff in ink, from what I understand. Is that correct? The UV rays from the sun?
I'm sure it does.
It can pull the colors out. And I've had mine colored a couple of times, but dude, it's going to have to be what it is because I'm not
I'm all about color. That's it. All of mine are very, they've got distinct color running through them. And if I've got to go in every, 10 years and, get them freshened up, that's totally cool.
No, I think there's probably a maintenance thing with them, James. I think as you age and again, UV, I think definitely.
Yeah, my Twinkie sags through the years.
Yeah.
Right.
That's age.
But so I have a couple tattoos in mind myself here, but what got you guys as your first tattoo? Is it the atypical, hey, I was drunk, let's get a tattoo kind of party, or was there actually meaning behind the first tattoo?
What was yours?
Oh, mine, there was meaning. I waited for the day. I had told myself growing up and into my 20s that when I turned 30, I was going to get a Minnesota Viking tattoo.
Okay.
Because I was trying to think, if I were to get anything tattooed on me, what will I never stray from? And that I always that it's real, and plus my heritage of my family and all that is Norwegian. It's the Vikings in there. So I got a little tattoo of the Minnesota Vikings logo on my shoulder.
Yeah.
And then I lost a bet and had to get the Twinkie done.
Right.
But then when I got this Twinkie on my arm, I'm like, I can't have a Twinkie that's bigger than my Viking.
Oh, yeah.
So I went in and got a redo where they covered up that Viking with a big ass mean, looking Viking. But that was mine was a Minnesota Viking because it was kind of my heritage. How about yourself?
Well, mine started out running.
Was that your first?
It was. That was my first, and mine started out running with the Outlaws. I mean, bikers. And I'm pretty sure the meaning behind that first one had a lot to do with LSD. That I recall. But yeah, and then I kind of incorporated it, like you're saying, putting meaning behind it. This one, Hope Inside the Hand, was for that little girl that I got to, be a part of her life at the end, that passed away at 13 years of leukemia. The Cisco kid and the cross, kind of above the fire, kind of showing my faith, what I believe. And then obviously the wildlife, that's my life. That is what I do. That's all I'm ever going to do. So I think you got to have meaning behind it. It's something that you'll gut
definitely speak. I mean, the Twinkie, I lost a contest, but then it's surrounded by the Colorado mountains and the Colorado flag, essentially. This is for getting into the Country Radio Hall of Fame.
Is that the mic?
It's a microphone plugged into my veins. And this Dreamcatcher has different colored beads, and it's all the birthstones of my children and grandchildren.
There you go, man.
So it paints my story.
Yeah.
Do you have thoughts?
Oh, there's some thoughts on some of it's wildlife, some of it's nerdy stuff. It's again nothing I'm going to do immediately, because to me tattoos should have some symbolic meaning behind
absolutely.
Because you hear the stories all the time of the young kids just, hey, I decided to get this mustache tattoo on my finger because I thought it'd be a cool party joke having that whole mustache.
You're right.
And found out 10 years later, like, yeah, that was just a dumb move on my part. Laser surgery cost $1,500 to get that removed too as well. But you're telling me, Scott, though, that the flames on your arm is not you, because every time you go in for a fist, it's not flames.
Well, again,
that's how hard you come across.
Kind of like a Marvel hero.
Yeah, exactly.
It is.
Right.
I mean, that's why they end. You're off. But I don't have to move as fast anymore, because now I'm off switch and you're green light. And you're off. So I don't need to. But yeah, no, it kind of all came around eventually to tie into my life and what it's been and what it's been about.
No, it's pretty interesting because I have a conversation with it, because my brother-in-law, he's going through his tattoo phase as well too. Respectively, he's been considering this for years. And we all have our different meaning of what would be a meaningful impact. Is it family? Is it wildlife? Is it nerd stuff? And
what do you live for?
It's always curiosity what people think about.
One of the best quotes I ever heard about a tattoo came from Jimmy Buffett, who said, "A tattoo is a permanent reminder of a temporary feeling." Oh, and he says, so be careful what you do.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely.
Hello, McRib.
That's
McRib.
One of the coolest tats I saw. My tattoo artist has on him. I mean, he's covered, but I was looking. He's got this. It's like a little rectangle with just a mean little frown on it. And I said, just got to ask, what the hell is that? He said, oh, that's a hater tot.
There you go. There you go, man.
I wanted one.
It's fun to ask people about their tattoos too.
Yeah. Because people like to talk too. They like to tell you their story.
Oh, and my artist, I mean, I'm like, no, just shut up, because dude, he's top to bottom. I don't want to know about all them stories.
I can't even begin
holy
that.
cow, man.
Yeah, I'm good on the whole body tattoos.
Yeah,
I think maybe one or two.
Teach your own. I respect those that get that stuff, but they have gone a bit far, man, with putting the little nubbins for horns. Have you seen them? They'll put them under the skin.
No,
and isn't there a rapper that just put some kind of diamond or something in his head?
Forehead. And he's got that insured like create. But again, teach their own.
It's his life,
his money, whatever he wants to do.
You,
but
man,
dude, if I can get 1% of what he spent on that, dude, it'll help me get my house.
I just need my teeth fixed in a boat, man. That's all I need. Man.
There's our weekly plug for dental care and buoyancy.
I just need my teeth in a boat. Hey, man, my bucket list has gotten shallow. It's not much left. Not much. We got to go into bucket lists sometimes. I would love to know y'all's bucket list, man. Like, what do you want to accomplish?
I think that's a great conversation for the next episode.
I do too.
Yeah.
I think I would love to go into
write that
Yeah,
down?
absolutely.
Bucket
list. Yeah, that'd be cool.
We'll see if we get to it, because
I agree with that too.
I got to get something off my chest now.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
Confession time.
I hate confession time.
I know you do.
We're not going to be a part of it today.
Come on,
we're not through it yet.
This is something. This is the musical portion of the program. But I need to confess, as a 55-year-old man, that I think Miley Cyrus frickin' rocks. Her new album, Plastic Hearts,
right,
kicks ass.
Really?
I mean, this girl, she seriously, she has an unbelievable amount of talent musically.
Right.
Her voice is incredible.
Yeah.
The way she from album to album kind of transforms sound, you know, each project has a different flavor. Her new one has an 80s rock kind of flavor to it.
Really?
She does a duet with Joan Jett. She does
No
a duet.
way.
Yeah, she
Really?
does a duet with Billy Idol. I mean, these were the artists that were booming out of my car growing up,
right,
you know?
Right.
And she puts a new take on it. She does Edge of 17, the Stevie Nicks song.
Yeah.
But she changed it to, it's called Edge of Midnight, and it's got a different little flair to it. But it's got, part of it is exactly the same.
Miley Cyrus.
But she flat out is this badass rock girl right now with this latest project, and it is frickin' tasty from start to finish. I listened to it all weekend long and was just, it's one of those that I said, no, I'm not going to like Miley Cyrus. I'm 55. I can't. Right. I was there when her dad started his career. Mm-hmm. You know, I met her dad. I did all that. You know, I can't be. But she musically, her maturity, all that, where she's gone right now, I think she's great.
Well, she still has that crazy side in public eyes and stuff, which we all know about. Yeah. You know, the wrecking ball and all that crazy jazz.
Right.
But it brings up that whole conversation, though. It's just I wish I didn't see Miley Cyrus in real life. Just listen to her voice, because I call it the Post Malone effect. Post Malone has a great voice. He's a great singer. Until I saw who he and what he looked like, and I'm like, that is not the Angel's voice I was expecting to look like.
No, for sure.
Because when I saw Post Malone for the first time, man, with all his tats and everything, I mean, still
nothing what you thought you were going to see.
Right. Miley Cyrus is about the same way too. She's got great talent, as you mentioned, when she sings and the way she comes off and the way she works with artists and stuff like that. Yeah, I agree, dude. She's got huge talents. But sometimes her personal life, dude, I'm like,
oh, I get that, and that happens so many times with very unique artists and people like that they don't realize that just straight up talent-wise is enough. It's something in some people that feel they need to do a little bit more that might not be enough. Where I've always felt that if you dialed down the other, but for some, it's what they dig. They like that amplified. You know, what some may have seen Post Malone and went, that's not what I expected. Others see it, wow, that's not what I expected. That's awesome.
Oh, I embrace Post Malone. It's like, dude, I'm glad he has that kind of voice with that kind of personality.
Absolutely, man. It's him,
But it's again, you can't judge things. I was, you know, Miley Cyrus says party in the USA. You know, that's all, you know, that I thought of. And I thought, no, there's nothing in that for me.
Right.
That's why I think we can get so closed off in what demographic we are.
There you go, man.
That,
there
you know,
go.
It's not for me. No, this is a Gen Z thing. This is a, you know, this is all that where, God, you know, I sat and listened, and you know, BTS is pretty freaking good.
Right.
You know, that's when you cut out all of your preconceived shit and just take artistic stuff for what it is.
Absolutely.
There's some great young talent out there. They're fantastic.
An interesting point that is something I come across myself as well, because I'm falling into that trap too, where I'm like, I come from the Dr. Dre Eminem levels, if you will, just to relate to something where I'm like, dude, it's only Dr. Dre, it's only Eminem kind of mentality. Nobody can replace them. But as I get older, I'm like, no, somebody's got to fill their footsteps to continue that kind of music alive with their own style.
That's true.
So for me to just shun the new artists because I want to keep the old ways alive, it kind of hinders the evolution of what we need to keep progressing as a human society, which that's a whole facet of madness. But yeah, I've started to convert the minds where I'm like, no, let's listen to Miley Cyrus. She still might have some new stuff to bring out, as well as these new artists. I mean, if you could have another, like Bruno Mars is one of those. I
was going to bring him up. I love Bruno.
Yeah, no, I hate him at first.
His
I'm
voice,
like, dude, he's like
incredible.
a wannabe Michael Jackson. He's trying to bring this whole, you know, and then as it grew, I'm like, no, he's continuing this lifestyle that we want to make sure progresses throughout the time and space.
Right.
Well,
we got to remember, there's never going to be another NWA. I mean, I still rock the NWA, man. There's never going to be, and there's never going to be another Queen. I mean, them guys were on instruments. They were doing it by hand, and now we're new age to where a lot of this stuff is done digitally. It's enhanced, and we got to accept, we got to listen for what it is. I mean, that's where us old schoolers fall into a really bad place, is where I ain't listening to that, you know.
I just had an example of that again this week, and I was watching Saturday Night Live. And I said to my wife, well, once again, I've never heard of the frickin' host, and I've never heard of the musical guest.
Right,
I mean, we are getting old. I don't know any of this.
Right.
Then the host comes out, and he's frickin' awesome.
Who was it?
You know,
Okay.
I don't know. But
Okay.
he was really good. He was in some show.
Okay.
But he was, and the musical act was St. Vincent.
Okay.
Never heard of in my life. And there was this odd, quirky gal who came out, and she had a bunch of backup singers with her, and it just started weird. Normally I'll fast forward, but it just something had me stop and watch. And by the end of it, I'm just drawn in, and I'm like, wow, that was pretty cool. And then her second song comes on.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, well, shit, I'm kind of curious about
There you
that
go.
album now, where I would have just
check it out, right?
zipped through that because my mind told me not for me.
Right, and we got to
with
open
that.
our mind.
To help you with that, it was Daniel Kaluuya, and for the host, and St. Vincent as the music guest. Just
there you go.
Just a solid
Daniel
curiosity.
Yeah, and I was trying to think of what movies that guy was in because I recognized him from a couple of things, but I couldn't remember.
Oh, he was Black Panther. He was the one of the brothers that was one of the Klansmen.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, he's been in quite a bit.
I know he's been in many shows. He's got a recognizable face, but I did not know his name.
He's been in Chat Room, Johnny English Reborn, Welcome to Punch, Kick-Ass 2, Sicario. That was a great movie. I remember him in that one. Get Out. He was
That's
the
the
main
one.
star.
There we
Get
go.
Out. Yep.
Okay, Get Out's the one, the Jordan Peele movie.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
He was in Get
Okay.
Out.
And that's what they talked about. Jordan Peele's about to make another one, and he's going to be in that one as well. Yeah. Which, okay. All right. Anyway, open up the minds, and you too could be a Miley fan.
That's right.
That's
Bringing
my
it
next
back full
tattoo.
circle. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. With the wrecking ball?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah.
It
Consider that one.
I know you would. That's what scares me. But well, hey, we're going to get figured out. We're going to do a Ask Me Anything again this month. We're going to get together and do another live.
Let's totally do.
We'll get the date firmed up here in the next week or so and get that information out to you. But we always look forward to getting a chance to do that and sit with you and take your questions and whatnot and just misbehave.
Oh, well,
which is what we do all the time anyway.
Yeah.
But you off on adventures today? You got more critters to get after?
Well, yeah, not a whole lot. Just the usual ravens, the raven problem we got going on. I'm not going to bring James this time again with that
after
little
what you
go-round.
saw, look at the last one.
Yeah.
I'm pissed.
They even know. Hey, if you're pissed, I wish you luck in your motivation to use it to fuel whatever it is that you need to do for change. But we're going to be rocking it, and follow along with us on how we're doing, because I have a feeling our energy is going to be picking up the more and more, and we're going to be even more assholes.
Yes, we
so
are.
it'll be
Yes, we are.
fun, most definitely. I can promise that. But until next time, I'm Brian Gary.
Scott Cisco.
It's the Mike in the Mountain. Thanks for joining us.
Love you. Billie Eilish.
Bores. I'm sorry. I tried
but here's
that
the deal.
too.
She's encouraged me that I can sing too, because I can just talk through any song.
You all can piss off, man. She's good. I like her, dude. Her vocal range is great.
No, I'm not knocking her. I'm just saying she's encouraged me.
Get out, Brian. Get out. Get out.
I'll take my Miley album and go.
I respect that you can be honest, but get out.